How's everyone doing today? The Mechanic Man here. Today is the first day of the talking videos that I'm doing. I'm not sure if today's Monday or Sunday, so let me know. Anyway, today's the topic of the day is automotive school. Is it worth it or is it not worth it? So as I've said in my previous videos, I am in automotive school. I'm doing collision repair. I'm going to New England Institute of Technology in Rhode Island. I love this school. Yes, it's pricey, but then again, what college isn't expensive? We learn all kinds of stuff in this school. Well, obviously you have like the basic curriculum that almost all schools have, like the English, math, whatever. And then we go down to the core classes. And the core classes that I have in my collision repair are like introduction to transportation, fundamentals of auto body metal repair, and a lab that goes with that. So basically, you learn how to fix a dent. So do that. We have a welding class, fundamentals of paints and refinishing equipment. It's our first introduction into learning how to use a spray gun, and it's pretty cool. We also learn glass and non-structural panel replacement. In that class, what we did was we took a car door. We had two car doors. One was an automatic window, and the other one was like one of those manual hand crank windows. You know, the ones that you have to like rotate around. So we learned how to take those off and fix them, and then put them back together. Introduction to structural repairs and component replacement. That class. Oh yeah, in that class, what we did was we got a car from the lot that there is at the school that usually people donate damaged cars. So we had a car that had to get the quarter panel replaced. So we had to section off part of the quarter panel, fit the new one in, weld it, put body filler on it, sand it, and paint it, or prime it, seal it, base color coat, and then clear it. And then we have minor frame and structural straightening theory. What that is we get an introduction on how to use the frame machines. There's all different kinds of frame machines. They just had three basic kinds. So basically we learned how to put a car up on the frame machine, how to set up all the measurements, and then take the measurements of the vehicle, found out where the damage was, whether it had a sag in it or a sway or push. And then we learned how to fix those repairs by like pulling on part of it or just like hammering it, just like all the different ways of fixing it. And then we had a plastic panel and SMC repair. SMC is sheet molded composite. So we learned how to do plastic repair, sheet mold composite repair, and we also did some fiberglass repair. Let me just say, fiberglass gets everywhere and it's a pain in the ass because it just itches. It just sucks. So yeah. We also had our paint and refinishing applications and multi-stage paint application. Basically, we just have the whole quarter, show us different methods to paint, blending the paint, and then we ended up bringing in our own projects and just started working on them. What I did for my project was I took the front license plate bracket off my car, and I filled in the holes, and then I put body filler on, polyester putty, sanded it. I put primer on it. I sanded that some more. Then I put primer or a sealer on it. Then I put a base coat on it. And then I cleared it. Then I buffed it. And then there was a problem with the hood of my car because I was trying to get a piece of bird poop off of it that was dried on there for like a year. And I sanded through the clear coat, so I had to scuff that whole area, blend in a paint job right there, and then just clear the whole thing over again. So basically I have a whole new front end. We also get into estimating for people that want to do estimating. Well, that's a mandatory class, but you basically learn how to assess damage and estimating repairs. I'm currently in the 5th quarter, so right now we are learning brakes and suspension. We're doing an introduction to airbrushing, which is harder than I thought it would. Then again, I'm not an artist at all. I can't even draw a circle perfect, so it sucks. And custom modification class. That custom mods class is really awesome. What we're doing is we're each taking fenders and we're putting in our own flair to it. So some people are like cutting out a Chevy symbol and then putting like a screen or something like that behind it. Some people are cutting 3 lines in it and then pushing the panel in a little bit and then making welding in some spots right there so it looks kind of like a hood scoop, kind of something like that, but in the fender. What I'm doing is I already trace it out. I trace out a wrench, a double open-ended wrench, and so I trace that, and now I'm starting to cut it out. I only have that class once a week, so it's a long process. But yes, so I trace that, and I'm starting to cut the lines out. And so yeah, it's going to be a double open-ended wrench. And then after we cut them out, then we try and make it look like it was made there from the factory. We have to like fix any like mess ups, kind of like just fix it all. And then the next quarter, when we have I'm gonna have custom modifications to advanced airbrushing, and then basic electricity for the collision trade and automotive heating and air conditioning systems. So in the custom modifications 2 class, what we're going to be doing is do like custom paint jobs. So we have that same fender where we did the cutout of, and now we're going to do a cool custom paint job to go with it. So I'm really looking forward to that class. That class is probably my favorite class, along with the paint and refinishing class, because I eventually want to become a painter. So those are the classes that I'm going to be taking at New England Tech. Personally, I love it. Some people say, "Oh, it's not worth going to school. It costs way too much money. You can just use that money on tools." And it's like, yeah, you can do that, but the thing is, you might not know everything. Like, yeah, I know you can do apprenticeships and then learn on hand, but at the same time, it's good to have a little bit of knowledge before you just jump right in to the field. That way you have some background knowledge and understanding of what you're doing and understand how things actually work, rather than just doing what someone tells you to, because what they could be telling you might not be a good way or the best way to do it. Whereas in school, they'll show you different ways to make things happen, and what happens if you miss a step, what's the outcome of it. That's what they show you at the schools. So that's why I always say go to school, might as well, especially because if you want to get your ASC certifications, going to school for, I think mine's 18 months. If you finish this school, it counts as 1 year for your ASC certification. So then you can just work a year at a shop and then take the tests. But I recommend, if you're going to school, take the test as you're in school. Like, I just finished up my painting and refinishing class like 2 or 3 weeks ago. So all that information is still fresh in my mind. So if I wanted to, I could schedule I could find a day where they have that test available, and I can just go take it. There's no harm in doing that. In fact, my teacher said that that's a smart thing to do. Once you finish like a certain course, go take the ASC test about that, because while it's still fresh in your head, that way when you graduate, you can just say on your resume, "Hey, I passed all these ASC tests. I just need to work 1 year, and then I have my certification." People will be more likely hiring you to do that. That way they can have a sign in their window that says, "We have an ASC certified technician here." So that's my suggestion. I know some people say, "Oh, don't go to school." It's your opinion. Just like you have your opinion, I have my opinion. So, and this is my opinion. Um, if you have any questions, you can just leave a comment or message me on Facebook. Facebook.com/themechanicman92. Link will be in the description. Um, like, comment, share, subscribe. Thank you. Have a good day.